Back to Live at 4. 2018 was the year of manufacturing in Wisconsin, of course, with a lot of starts, and President Trump was connected to a lot of it. So Patrick Leary is here to talk about some of the biggest stories of the year. Patrick's, of course, with the Milwaukee Business Journal. Patrick, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
So yeah, I know you did a year-end story here. And first of all, what was kind of the main point of it all?
Yeah, so a lot of the threads that we saw in the manufacturing industry this year tied back to President Trump. Tariffs probably were the most impactful overall for Wisconsin manufacturers, just because a lot of their material costs went up. And sort of spiraling out of that was the spat that the president had with Harley-Davidson over them making adjustments to those tariffs, and then also sort of all-encompassing with Foxconn opening up and beginning their construction on their Mount Pleasant facility, and all of that really ties into the president and how the president had his hand in not only getting Foxconn here, but his administration's policies sort of impacting the local manufacturing scene. We
just showed some video of Harley-Davidson, so let's talk about kind of where that is right now.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it was so dicey in June when that issue first arose. Harley announced that they were going to move some production overseas, and the president was very vocal for about the better part of a month, just sort of criticizing them. But to Harley's credit, they haven't really talked about it in public, and the president has stopped talking about it in public as well. He hasn't tweeted about them since August, and it seems like they can sort of focus on a lot of the main issues facing their business and not have to worry about as much about the president sort of intervening going forward.
One of the biggest ones, of course, that everybody talks about, and that it's one of the biggest projects in the country or the world, is Foxconn. Right. And obviously they're a few years out from manufacturing there, but I think one of the interesting things is President Trump was here for the groundbreaking with Governor Walker. They have a relationship, and now, of course, our state has chosen a new governor going forward, Governor-elect Tony Evers. Do you think that's going to change the way this all happens or goes down?
You know, it'll be interesting to see, because I know Governor Evers probably will not have as easy of a rapport with President Trump that Governor Walker did, so it will be interesting to see what, if any, changes he can make or it decides to make. It'll be interesting to see if that happens, but there's not any indication that, at least at the moment, it will have any sort of immediate effect. But I think a lot of it remains to be seen based on how sort of Governor Evers and the state legislature sort of get along and present sort of a united Wisconsin front if they choose to do that.
Okay, and your column online right now?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for being with us with the Milwaukee Business Journal.